What's up, my people? It's your favorite CAD, the best of Delta. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at exercise 7. Alright, here, if you have already downloaded the PDF document, you should just open up the document, scroll down to page 7. That's where we have our exercise 7. Alright, so we are going to be working on exercise 7 today. Okay, so if you yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so, and do not hesitate to hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when next I post a video. Alright, so looking at this diagram, we should be able to easily achieve this compared to the previous exercises that we've done. Alright, so I'll go straight to my CAD now. I believe you also do so. Alright, so straight to CAD. First up, we want to start off by creating layers. I believe you can do that by now, so I'll go ahead and create layer now. Alright, this first layer I'm going to name it construct 1. Construct 1. Press enter on your keyboard once you finish typing the name. I'll choose cyan as my layer color. Construct 1 layer color, I'm going to use cyan. Alright, I also create another layer called dimension layer. Right, and I want this color of this layer to be blue, so I'll choose blue. Alright, once you're done creating the layers, you can go ahead and close the layer dialog box. You see where my cursor is right now. You click on it to close the layer dialog box. Alright, so I'll make the construct layer our current layer, because I want to start off by creating construction lines. Okay, so I'll go back to PDF document to get the dimension of our drawing. Okay, the entire length of this drawing, judging from this dimension, you have 70 here, 100, altogether should be here 240. So I'll 240, yes, altogether is 240. So I'll go back to CAD. First I'll go to draw, click on draw, then click on construction line. Alright, so we are going to start off from the origin, so you type in 0, 0, enter. Alright, that's our origin right there. Okay, you can zoom in or zoom out using the roller part of your mouse. Alright, so right now I'm zooming in. Alright, I'm zooming in so that you can see where I'm starting off from, which is the origin. And you also ensure that you have the object snap turned on, so that this your cursor can lock to the polars. Okay, can lock to the 90 degrees and 0 degrees. Alright, so I need a vertical construction line and an horizontal construction line, so I'm going to lock the construction line at 0 degrees to the horizontal. Alright, then I'll lock another construction line at 90 degrees to the vertical. Alright, so that's it. Now I've gotten these construction lines. We need to get rid of this UCS icon. It's kind of getting into our drawing, so you click on the UCS icon, take the cursor to where the UCS icon is, then click on it. Right, click on it, then you right click on the mouse. You click on it using the left button of the mouse. Once it's highlighted, then you right click on the mouse, then scroll down to the very last option you have on this dialog box that just showed up. Alright, so you deselect the show UCS icon at origin. Select it. Now it is gotten out of the way. So next up, we've gotten the entire length of our drawing to be 240. So I'm going to offset at a distance of 240. I'm going to pan this screen a little. I'm going to pan the model space a little downwards, so that we'll have enough space for our drawing. Okay, so I'm panning. Go to the right side on your screen where my cursor is right now. Click on the pan tool. Alright, click on it, then you press hold by using the left button on your mouse. Press hold and drag it downwards to pan your model space downwards. All right, like so, just exactly what I'm doing right now. Once you've gotten your desired position, then you can press the escape key on keyboard to exit the command. Now next up, we want to offset in order to get the entire length of our drawing, and the entire length of our drawing is 240 millimeters. Yes, it's 240 millimeters. I'm using AutoCAD ISO, so all our dimensions are going to be in the metric system of measurement. Alright, so I'll go straight to modify, click on offset, now type in the offset distance 240, then press enter on the keyboard. Alright, so I'm offsetting this vertical line to the right, so I'll click on the vertical line, I'll click on it, then take my cursor to the right. Okay, take my cursor to the right to offset it to the right. Okay, so once you've done that, then you you left click anywhere on the model space to you put your offset distance. All right, so I've done that just now. So you press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. Next up, we want to zoom out because the space is very little, so we want to zoom out to have enough space so that you also see what I'm doing. All right, so you can use the roller part of your mouse to do that, or you can use the zoom tool right at the right hand corner of your screen. Okay, so I'm using the roller tool of my mouse. Okay, then I'll pan a little to bring back our drawing to the center. I'll see zoom out using the roller pad, then I'll see pan, I zoom out and I pan. All right, zoom out and I pan. So I'm also using the pan tool. I'm dragging it downwards so have enough space up here for our drawing. Now we've gotten the entire length of our drawing. Next up, we want to get the entire width, okay, the entire breadth of this drawing. So I'll go back to the PDF document. All right, judging from the dimension we have here, the entire width 50 there, 50 that is 160. The entire width of this drawing is 160 millimeters. All right, so I'll go back to CAD, which means we are offsetting this horizontal construction line at a distance of 160 millimeters. All right, so I'll go to modify where my cursor is right now, then you click on offset. All right, then you type in the offset distance 160 millimeters, press enter on your keyboard, then you click on the line you want to offset. I click on it, then yes, I'm offsetting it upwards, so I'll take my cursor upwards to give the direction to CAD. Once you've done that, then you click anywhere around the space to input the line you just offset. All right, so I've done that. Then I press escape to exit the command. Next up, next up, back to our PDF document. Next up, I want to draw in these guys here. All right, this yes, is a kind of rectangular space. Okay, yeah, this so is a rectangular drawing with the edges fillet. The edges are fillets, has a fillet of 10 radius. So I'm going to try to draw in these rectangular shapes on both sides of this drawing. Okay, so now if you check, if you look very well, it's coming up from the edge at a distance of 15 millimeters. So I'm going to offset this vertical line at a distance of 15 millimeters from both ends, 15 millimeters. Then I'll offset again at a distance of 30 millimeters. So let's do that. So back to CAD. I'll go to offset, click on offset, type in distance of 15, press enter. Then I'll set this at 15. Now I'll set from this end as well as at a 15. Then I'll go back to offset, type in a distance of 30. I press enter on the keyboard. I'll set again at a distance of 30 from both ends. All right, 30. Now we've gotten the width of this that rectangular shape. Next up, we want to locate the position of we want to locate the position of the edges of this smaller rectangle. So I'll go back to my PDF document. Now I want to locate this distance. How long does it come up from the horizontal construction line from both the down and the up horizontal lines? construction line. So yeah, let's check. Okay, yes, okay, if the entire length here, we are giving the entire dimension of this rectangular shape, say 130 millimeters, and the entire length, yes, the entire width of our rectangle, of our main rectangle, is 180. All right, it's 160. So take away 130 from 160, we are going to be left with 30. All right, so 30 divided by 2, we have 15 millimeters. So we are going to offset from both the base horizontal line and the upper horizontal construction lines at a distance of 15 millimeters each. All right, so back to CAD. I'll go to offset. Okay, go to offset, click on offset, type in offset distance of 15, press enter. So I'll set this horizontal construction line at a distance of 15. I click on it, I'll set it downwards. I'll go to the baseline offset at a distance of 15 as well. I'll click on it. That is it. Now this shape here, I will press escape key on the keyboard to exit the offset command. Done that. All right, so this shape right here is where we are going to be having our smaller rectangular shape here on both ends. So quickly, I'm going to go back to our main layer. Go to layers, click on the drop down menu of the layers toolbar, then select the 0 layer, click on it to select it. Now we are in our main layer. Next, we want to draw in these rectangular shapes. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Go to draw, click on rectangle, ensure your cursor locks to the point of intersection at this edge, at one edge of the rectangle. Click on it to lock to that point of intersection, then drag down west to join this join it at this point of intersection where my cursor is right now. Now we've gotten our rectangle there. Next up, you can press the space key on the keyboard to enter the previous command. So I want to join another rectangle at this other end, so I'll press the space bar on the keyboard to enter the previous command. That's all. Alright, so ensure the cursor locks to this edge as well, this point of intersection, then drag down to join this other at this point of intersection. Alright, so once you've done that, you click on it. Now we've gotten our rectangles. So these construction lines we used in getting these smaller rectangles are of no use to us anymore, so we can get rid of them. Just click on the construction lines, click on it to highlight them. Once they have been highlighted, then you press delete on your keyboard to get rid of the construction lines. All right, so let's do that. Delete. Now we've gotten. Next up, I want to input the fillet radius of this rectangle. So back to our PDF document, the fillet radius is 10. All right, so let's do that. Let's input the fillet radius. All right, so back to CAD, go to modify, then where my cursor is right now, you see where my cursor is right now, click on fillet. Once you've done that, then you type in arrow to tell CAD you're going to enter a fillet radius. Type out and press enter, then you type in the fillet distance, which is 10. Type it in, then press enter on your keyboard. Then type in M to tell CAD that you're entering a multiple fillet radius. So you type M, then press enter on your keyboard. Now you go ahead and click on the edges you want to fillet. So where my cursor, you see where my cursor is right now, you click on this edge, you click on that. Alright, so just like that, do it exactly the way you're seeing it on the screen. So I'll fillet this. Now we're done with this first rectangle, then we'll move on to the next. Okay, so just click on the edges you want to fillet, just like I'm doing it right now. Alright, if you follow this instruction, you won't have problems. Alright, so like that, we've done that. So next up, we want to start back to, yes, I'll go back to PDF document. Next, I want to start drawing in these lines, okay, the edges of our major rectangle. Alright, so you see we've got a kind of a radius here and arc here, so we are going to leave space for that. Later we'll come back to that. So we are just going to draw in these lines, these linear lines. Okay, we're going to draw in these lines, then later up we can come back to drawing these arcs. Okay, so let's do that. from this dimension, we're going to come off from this edge at a distance of 70. Then we'll leave a space for the arc distance of 100 millimeters. So we're coming up from both ends, 70 millimeters, 70 from both the right and the left hand side of our edges at 70 millimeters. All right, so let's do that. So back to CAD, go to line. We are still on our main layer, so you can go to draw, click line, then ensure your cursor locks to the point of intersection of this line. Lock it down to there at the upper horizontal line. Then we'll type in a distance of 70, then press enter. All right, we've gotten that. So we'll move on to the next set. I'll press the space bar on the keyboard to enter the previous command, because I'm still making use of the line tool. So I'll press the space bar. All right, so I'll press it. All right, next up, I'll lock it to this other end of intersection. Then take the cursor to the left. All right, so I'll type in the distance 70. That's it. I'll do same at the baseline. All right, so I'll still press the space bar on the keyboard, lock it to this end at the point of intersection, then enter a distance of 70 as well. Then I'll go to this to the right hand side as well, press the space bar on the keyboard, then lock it to this point of intersection, take it to the left, enter a distance of 70 as well. All right, so we've gotten that. Now next up, we want to join the lines back to our PDF document. Now I want to join these lines here. All right, we'll also leave space for the arc. Okay, this arc we are going to leave space. So on both ends we are going to come off at a distance of 50 millimeters. So we are going to do it on both sides of this rectangle. So let's do that. Back to CAD, go to draw, click line, type in the distance you want. And lock your cursor to the point of intersection of these lines. Then use your cursor to tell CAD the direction you want your line to be in. All right, so we want the line to go downwards, so we are taking our cursor downwards. Then you type in the distance 50, press enter on the keyboard. Now I've gotten that. Press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. Then we'll go to this other head, press the space bar on your keyboard to enter the previous command. So let's do that. Press, then lock it to this edge, this point of intersection. Take it upwards, because we want our line to be upwards. So use the cursor to tell CAD the direction of your line. All right, so ensure it aligns with the vertical construction line at this end where my cursor is right now. All right, then you type in the distance 50, then press enter on your keyboard. All right, press escape key on the keyboard to exit the command. Next up, we are going to do same here on the right hand side of our screen. So I'll press the space bar on the keyboard to enter the previous command, lock it down to this edge. All right, lock it down to this point of intersection, take it downwards, enter the distance 50, press enter on the keyboard, press escape key to exit the command, then press the space bar to enter the previous command, just like that. All right, so we'll lock it down to this point of intersection as well. Sorry, that didn't go well, so I'll press escape to exit the command. So let's try that again. Now ensure your cursor locks to this end. All right, lock it down to that end, then you enter your distance of 50 millimeters. That's it. Now we've gotten that point. Next up, back to our PDF document, I want us to draw in this cycle. All right, we are going to join this circle of radius 60 millimeters. If the radius is 60 millimeters, that is a circle of diameter 120 millimeters. So let's do that. First off, we might want to locate the points of the center of this cycle. So how do we do that? If you look at it very well, you know that this cycle is right off at the very center of our drawing. So we are going to locate the distance. We are going to locate the center of our horizontal construction line and the center of our vertical construction line. That way we will be able to get the center of this cycle. So we are going to be offsetting in a way that, okay, we are going to offset the vertical construction line at a distance of 120. If the entire length is 240, that means the center will be 120. Sorry, it should be 120. Then we'll offset the horizontal the width. Sorry, we are going to locate the midpoint of the width of this rectangle. which should be at yeah, if the entire length is 160, then the width should be at 80, yeah, 80 millimeters. The midpoint should be at 80 millimeter. So let's do that. Back to CAD. All right, so back to CAD. What we are going to use to locate this midpoints construction line. So I'll go to draw, click on the drop down menu of the draw toolbar, then click on construction, click on construction with the head of sorry, sorry, I thought we could be able to, yes, locate the midpoints without using the offset, but sorry, can't do that. So let's try offsetting. All right, so you go to modify, click on offset. First of all, we want to locate the midpoint of the width of the rectangle. So click on offset. The midpoint should be at yes, 80 millimeters. Type in 80 millimeters and press enter. All right, so you offset this, the horizontal at, yeah, you take it downwards. Use your cursor to give direction to CAD. All right, so that is it. Then we'll offset the vertical at a distance of 120. Yeah, so go to offset, click on go to modify, then click on offset. Distance of 120 millimeters. Press enter on your keyboard. Then offset the vertical construction line. All right, now right there, we press escape to exit the offset command. Now right here at this point of intersection of this construction line is where we are going to be having our, it's going to be serving as the center of our cycle. And from our PDF document, the cycle is of radius 60 millimeters. So back to CAD, we are still on our main layer, so you just go to draw, click cycle, then lock your cursor to the point of intersection of this construction lines that will be serving as the center of our cycle. All right, lock it up to that point. Then you type in the radius 60 millimeters. All right, type in radius, type in 60 to tell CAD the radius of the cycle. Right, once you've done, I press enter on the keyboard. All right, so that's our circle right there. Now next up we want to start drawing in these arcs. Okay, those arcs. So back to PDF document. All right, in order to do that, as you can see, the arc is at the distance coming up from this edge at a distance of 20 millimeters. Yes, at a distance of 20 millimeters. All right, so we have to get a line here offsetting it at a distance of, yeah, at a distance of 20 millimeters, so that our arc is not going to exceed that distance of 20 millimeters away from this edge. All right, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So let's do that. All right, so I'm still going to yes, back to, go to modify, click on offset, distance of 20, type in the offset distance 20 and press enter. So I'm offsetting both the vertical and from all edges of the main rectangle at a distance of 20 millimeters. So let's do that. Offset this, both the vertical and the horizontal, the upper and the base lines, 20 millimeters. All right, sorry, that didn't go well. Press escape, delete this construction line, press delete. Let's try that again. Offset, distance 20 millimeters, press enter. Offsetting to the right as well at the distance of 20 millimeters. Oh, sorry, what the fuck is going on? That didn't go as well. Let's try that again. Okay, press delete on your keyboard, click on offset. All right, click on offset, offset distance 20, then click on the line you want to offset. I'm offsetting this vertical construction line to the right. All right, so I'll take my cursor to the right, click there. That is it, that's what we want. All right, so we offset the base as well downwards at a distance of 20 millimeters. All right, that's it. Now next up, we want to draw in lines. Okay, yeah, just straight lines that will serve as a guide for our arcs. All right, so let's do that. Let's draw in these lines. Go to draw, click line, then click on this point of intersection. All right, click on this point of intersection. Next up, all right, click on that edge to join the lines. We are drawing it on all sides of our main rectangle. So we're drawing these lines at the base, then go to the right as well, drawing the vertical line as well. Go to the upper part of the drawing, drawing the another line, horizontal line as well. All these lines are going to be serving as guide for our arcs. All right, next up, we are having too many construction lines here, so I'm going to turn off the construction layer for the time being. So go to layers, click on the drop down menu of the layers toolbar, click on the light bulb beside the construction layer to turn off the construction lines. So click on that. I guess we still be needing it for now, because this point here, this point of intersection is going to be serving as a center for our arc. So I guess we should leave it for now. All right, so next up, we want to draw in the arcs right now. So back to our PDF document. As you can see, we are not giving the radius of these arcs. Okay, so we are going to make I'm going to do something now. All right, so listen up, watch out. All right, so you go to draw, click on cycle, then you go straight down to where we have tan. All right, this is a kind of circle called tan cycle. So you just click on it, you click on the points of the points you want your circle to cut across. So I'll click on this point, this one of the points. I'll click on this other hand as well, click on this end. All right, that didn't go well, so let's try that again. Sorry, let's try that. Click on 3 points, click on 3 points, click on that edge, click on this other end of the line, because we want our cycle to cross across that line. Then click on this 3rd point as well. Now that's our circle right there. So you go to cycle, go to draw, click on the drop down menu of the cycle, then you click on 3-point cycle. Yes, 3-point cycle. Then we'll do same at the right hand side as well. So you click on this point of intersection, click on this other end of this line, then you click on this other end of the line as well. Now we've gotten our cycle. Now we can turn off the construction line. All right, turn off the construction lines, click on this light bulb, go to layers. Sorry, I was fast with that. Go to layers, then click on drop down menu of the layers toolbar, then click on this right bulb beside the construct one layer, click on it to turn off the construction lines. Click on it. That is it. Now next up, we want to trim out. We've done okay. Now we have dealt with this arc, so we can delete these lines, these vertical lines. We can delete them now. So let's go ahead and delete them. Just click on it to highlight them, then press delete on your keyboard. Next, we don't need these lines here, so we are going to trim off this point. So you go to modify, click on trim, yes, then press enter on the keyboard to enter, select all object within the model space. All right, so next up, you go to the line you want to trim, click on it, go to the line you want to click on it, just like that. All right, so let's trim this side as well. Click on the line you want to trim. Okay, next up, you press escape to, now this wouldn't trim because there is no so there is no intersection here. It's kind of not extending out of this shape. So next up, we are just going to select it, then press delete on the keyboard. So press escape key to exit the trim command. All right, so next up, we click on the lines. All right, this arcs also, click on them. Now they are lighter, so you can easily press key on the delete on the keyboard to delete the arcs. All right, so I'll do that. Now we've gotten these arcs on both sides of our width. Next up, we want to draw in the arc here at the top and bottom. So with same approach, go to draw, click on cycle. Okay, it's already selected. Click on 3-point cycle. All right, then you click on this point of yes, at the midpoint of this line, you click on it, then click on this end of these 2 lines, click on them, just like that. That's exactly what you want. So do same at the bottom. Click on 3-point cycle, click on the midpoint of this line, click on these edges. Now these edges are the points where our circles are going to lie on. Alright, so click on these edges. Now I've gotten those arcs. Now we can delete these straight lines. We no longer have use for them, so just select and click on it to select, press delete on the keyboard. Next, I want to trim off these other lines, so go to modify, click on trim. You continue, press enter on the keyboard to select every object in the model space. Now we'll go ahead and click on the lines we want to trim. Click on the lines, just like I'm doing. Place your cursor right above the line I want to trim, then you click on it. Same approach goes to these ones. Alright, sorry, that didn't go well. Click on the line and to trim. Alright, click on this as well. Click on this. Alright, then press escape to exit the trim command. Then I will select these lines. These lines, we don't need them here, so we'll select it and press delete on the keyboard. Right, press delete on the keyboard. Now I've gotten I believe we have arrived at our desired shape. Alright, so let's do some comparison here. Alright, is that what we want? Yes, I guess so. That's what we want. Next up, we want to put in the dimensions so that the machinist will know what is going on here and will be able to get the dimensions he or she wants. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit to create more space to for our create more space for our dimensions. Next up, I'm going to use the rate time zoom tool. Alright, so I click on that, click on zoom rate time. Okay, press hold the left button of your mouse, then you drag upwards to zoom to the extent you want. Then you press escape to exit the command. Press escape on the keyboard. Then I'll pan. I want to centralize this. I'll pan. Alright, so next up, we have already created a layer called as dimension. So go to dimension layer, go to layers, click on drop down menu of layers, click on dimension. Alright, now we are now on the dimension layer. Next up, you want to go to annotation, then you click on dimension. Alright, next up, you click on the edges you want to dimension, both ends of the line you want to dimension. Now I want to dimension this entire length. Alright, so I'll click on this end, I'll click on this other end. Alright, now I'll drag it upwards, drag it away from our drawing. Right there, as you can see, the dimension test is very small. So I believe if you've been watching my videos, you should know how to change this. But for the sake of new commerce, alright, so you go to annotation, click on the drop down menu of the annotation, then click on dimension style. The second option here, click on dimension style, click on it, then go to modify, go to the modify tab. Alright, then you click on the text tab straight up, then you go straight to text height. Let's change this to 10. I want you to be able to see the dimension test, so we'll change that 2.5 to 10. I change it to 10. Then I will make some other changes. Go to the fit tab, then the select draw line, dim line between next extension. Whatever changes you are going to be making here, you can see the effect of the change here at the preview screen of the dimension style. So I will deselect this. Alright, you see the changes. Can you see the change? Look at the preview screen there. I'll select it back to see it, so I can see what is going on here. If you have the draw dim line between extend lines selected, take a good look at this preview screen. That I will deselect it now. Alright, you see the effect. So that's it. So next up, you click OK. Then if you're satisfied with the size, then you click close. Alright, so I believe it's better now, so we can go ahead and put other dimensions. So click dimension, then click on this. We want this to get the dimension of this length. Alright, so yeah, okay, that is that. Enter another dimension, this end as well, to this edge. Alright, follow my instructions and you won't have any issues. Alright, so we want to put this edge through. Click on both ends of the line at 50. Click on this other hand, join it to this point of intersection, yes, at 60. Then put this other line here, dimension here, sorry. Yes, at 50, exactly at 50. Yes, now we've done that. Next up, want to know the distance between this the distance between these 2 points here. All right, yes, exactly at 15. All right, next up, yes, want to know the distance between here, this point, and this point at 15 as well. All right, so yeah, next up, let's input the dimension. Yes, the dimension of this this rectangle is, this smaller rectangle. Let's put the dimension, the width. Yes, width 30 millimeters. It is 30 millimeters. Alright, so let's input the length of the smaller rectangle. 130. The length is 130. Alright, so that is it. Next up, let's input the dimension of the cycle. Alright, so click on dimension, click on the cycle. This dimension of the cycle is 120, diameter of 120 millimeter. That is radius radius of 60 millimeters. So that is it. Now are we missing anything here? Is there something missing here? I don't think so. All right, you see the way our dimension lines are driving into our drawings. I don't like that, so I'm going to make some changes so that this dimension line can come off a little bit of our drawings. So let's do that. Go to annotation, click on drop down menu of the annotation toolbar, then click on dimension style, then go to modify tab, click on it. Next up, you go to lines, offset. You click on the lines tab, then you go come straight down to where you have offset from origin, where my cursor is right now. Click on it, then let's change it to 3. Let's change that to 3. Press enter, then click OK on your, click OK, then you can close. Right, you see it's a little bit better now. It's better off now. So next up, you can still adjust these lines by clicking on the dimension. You click on the dimension you want, just click on it, then you click on these edges where my cursor is right now. Click on this edge and you adjust it to any position you want. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'll click on this, then I will adjust it to this point. Right, I'll click on this other hand, I'll adjust it to this point, just like that. All right, I guess that is pretty much about it for this drawing. Sorry, I'll press escape. That's pretty much about it for this drawing. So I believe the only thing we did today is the 3-point cycle. All right, that headed us in drawing in this axe. So it's possible for you to draw in axe without getting the dimension of the radius. All right, so that is it. Okay, try to practice all you've been taught. In a previous video, we looked at title blocks and the concept of border lines. So you should try to input this in, go to your layout where my cursor is right now. Go to layout. All right, go to layout and try to put this inside your layout space. All right, so let's do that. Okay, I think I still got a little more time with you, so let's do that. I'll go to layout 1 where my cursor is right now, the bottom left of your screen. Click on layout 1. All right, so this drawing here, I'm going to delete this for now. Click on it to select it, then you press delete on your keyboard. Next up, we want to draw in our border lines. So the border lines are supposed to come in from the edges of your paper at a distance of 10 millimeters. So we'll do that by drawing in we'll draw a square of 10 millimeters from all the 4 edges of our paper. All right, so let's do that. All right, click line at the draw toolbar. Click line starting off from this edge. Ensure it locks to that edge. Ensure it locks, the cursor locks to the edge of the paper. Then click on it. Enter a distance of 10 millimeters. type in 10, sorry, type in 10, press enter on the keyboard. All right, then go to the horizontal 10 millimeters upwards, ensure it locks at 90 degrees and 10 millimeters, then join this point of intersection 10 millimeters. That's it. Next up, to save us the stress, sorry, we are on the wrong layer, so I'm going to highlight it and take it to the our main layer. All right, just click anywhere from the left, anywhere around the image you want to select. You click on yes, click on this point where my cursor is right now, then you drag to the left, okay, to select it. That's it. Then I'll go to layers, click on drop down of the layers toolbar. I'm taking it to our main layer, so I'll select main layer. That's it. Now we have it in our main layer. Next up, let's go back to our main layer. Alright, so next up, I want to copy these squares and paste it around these 4 edges, these other 3 remaining edges. So I'll go to modify, click on copy. Alright, then I'll select just like I did in changing it from the dimension layer to the main layer. So I'll click around it, then drag down to enclose it in this yes, in this rectangle. Alright, then it's highlighted and press enter on the keyboard to select. Alright, so I'm going to specify the base point of this image. You can click anywhere around the square to specify the base point. Alright, next up, we take it to the edges we want. We need one square here, so I'll lock it to that edge. Next, I'll come down to this edge. We need a square here as well, so I'll lock it to this edge. We need another square here at this other edge, so I'll lock it to this edge as well. Now we've gotten our square, so we press escape to exit the command. Alright, next up, what we're trying to do is we are trying to draw in our border line, and border lines are supposed to come off at distance of 10 millimeters from the edges of our paper. So we've gotten these squares. These squares will help us to get our border lines at a distance of 10 millimeters from the edges of our paper. So next up, you go to draw, click line on the line draw toolbar, then you lock it your cursor to the edges, okay, to this edge of this square, then join these edges of the square together to get our border line, just like so, just exactly as I'm doing it. Alright, so that's it. Lock it to this point of selection. Now we've gotten yes, we've gotten our border lines. Next up, we are going to get rid of these squares. They have served their purpose, so we select the squares, then press delete on the keyboard. That's it. Select all the 4 squares, press delete on the keyboard, click around it, highlight it, ensure it's enclosed. Sorry, you see when we you try to highlight an object from the right and dragging it towards the left, whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean that the object will be enclosed in the square. Whatever point at any line it touches is going to select it. But when you dragging from the left, okay, let me show you. Let's be practical about this. Now I want to select this square here, so I'm going to be dragging from the right to the left. You see, we have a kind of a green and light. All right, so whatever line is touches is going to highlight it. So it's highlighting even if it's not enclosed in this rectangle, in this green rectangle. All right, it's going to, so long it touches the line, is going to select it. All right, so when we are dragging from the left to the right, it ensures that the entire image is enclosed in the rectangle. All right, so like this, we have a blue rectangle, and any image that is enclosed completely in the rectangle will be selected. All right, so that's it. I hope you understood that. All right, so next up, we'll select these two, then we'll delete. All right, so we've gotten our border lines. Next up, we want to draw in our title blocks. All right, the recommended size for title block is 185 mm by 65 mm. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm a lazy student, don't mind me. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be using 150 by 50 mm. All right, so and I'll do that. Title blocks normally come at the lower right of our paper, or it takes the entire bottom of entire base of our paper, starting off right from the borderline. All right, so but I'm going to be using the one from the lower right. I'm going to be using that. So straight to draw toolbar, you click on rectangle. Now I want to start off from this edge of the border line. All right, so I'll click on that edge, click on it. All right, once I've clicked on it, I'm going to type D for dimension. I'll type D for dimension, yes, then press enter. Then I'll enter the entire I'll enter. Now the CAD is asking me to specify the length of rectangle. The length of rectangle is 150. So I'll press enter. Now it's asking me to specify the width. The width is 50 millimeters. So I'll type in 50 and press enter. Now we've gotten our rectangle. Next up, we want to start sorry, I kind of messed that up. All right, so let's try that again. Go to rectangle, lock your cursor to this edge of this of the border line, then type D to for dimension. Specify the length, it's already there, 150. Press enter. Specify the width, 50 millimeters. Press enter. So that's it. So yes, then you can use your cursor to give the direction you want your rectangle to be in. So want it to the left, so take our cursor to the left and click anywhere around there. All right, so we've gotten our space for the title. Next up, we want to start demarcating this yes, this we are going to be getting horizontal lines at a distance of yes, at a distance of 10 millimeters. So we are going to be having 5 segments. All right, so let's do that. Go to draw toolbar, click line. Yes, click line. Then I want to draw in an horizontal line here so that it will enable me to offset. All right, so lock it to this point of intersection. Then press escape to exit. Now I've gotten an horizontal line. Then next up, we want to offset this horizontal line at a distance of 10 millimeters. All right, so I'll go to modify, click on offset. Type in 10 millimeters. Press enter. All right, then click on the line you want to offset. I want to offset the horizontal line, so I'll click on it. Yes, 10 millimeters. I'll click on it again, 10 millimeters, just like that. So you click, you continue clicking on until you've gotten the entire segments. Now I've gotten 5 yes, 5 segments altogether. Next up, we want to start offsetting the vertical. So I'll get rid of this horizontal line I drew in there. It has served its purpose, so I'll get rid of it. Press delete to get rid of it. So next up, I need to offset at this vertical line here, the width of the rectangle. So I'm going to offset it at the distance of let's say, yeah, let's offset at the distance of 40 millimeters. Okay, you try to get the actual or the recommended size from your institution, whatever school you are attending. I believe there are standard sizes for title blocks. Okay, so you try to get the actual size. Just using these sizes for the purpose of this tutorial. All right, so I'm going to join a vertical line to offset. Okay, to get that offset. All right, so I'll go to draw toolbar, click line. Now I'm drawing my vertical line here. All right, just like I'm doing now. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. So you click at that point of intersection, then press escape to exit the command. Then straight up go to modify, click on offset. All right, then we'll type in the offset distance 40 millimeters. Press enter on your keyboard. Then click on the vertical line you want to offset. Click on it. Then offset. We're offsetting to the right, so you take your cursor to the right. Then you click anywhere around it to offset to the right, just like that. All right, so that vertical line has served its purpose, so I'm going to get rid of it. Click on it to highlight it. Then press delete on your keyboard. Now I've gotten this. Now these spaces are going to serve as the headings for our information. So what the title block does for you is to give you information about the drawing, which will tell you the title of the drawing, the person that drew it, the person that checked it, the date the drawing was done, the scale that is used in the drawing, and the scale of the drawing. So that's what the title block does. So next up, we might want to start putting in some text here that will tell us the informations we need about this. So you go to annotation, click on text. Yeah, click on text, then you draw in the text box around the cell you want your drawing to be. All right, so just like that, just exactly what I'm doing right now. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just click there. All right, so we've gotten yes, we got our text box. All right, so you type in the information you needed. Now right at that first, I want us to type in title, so I'll type in title there. Then you highlight it. you highlight it. If you want to make changes to the test side, if you are not okay with it, so you highlight the test, then you go to the test editor box will comes up, test editor comes up. All right, so you go to here where my cursor is right now, where we have the test type. So let's change this to 7 and see how it goes. Change it to 7, press enter. It's kind of too big. All right, so let's make use of 5. All right, I think 5 should do it for us. All right, so we'll work with 5. So I need to adjust this position. It has to be right at the center. Yes, right there. Okay, for now I'm going to turn off the object snap. All right, I'll turn it off, then I'll adjust the position of this test. Hope you see what I'm doing. Just click on the test, then you use your mouse to adjust it to the position you want, that you just left click. All right, so that's where I want that test to be. So next up, I want to copy this test. I want our test to be in same format, so I'm going to copy this test, then paste it in these other cells. All right, so let's do that. Go to copy, click on copy, go to modify, click on copy. Yes, then you select the text by clicking on it, just like that, then press enter on the keyboard. Now I've selected, and then you specify the base point of the copy, so you click anywhere around the text like that, then you move on to the next cell. You click, once you are okay with the position, you just click left click. All right, just like that, you move on to the next cell. Hope you seen what I'm doing. All right, just like that, move on to the next cell. All right, so now I've gotten the test. Next up, I want to start editing this test. All right, I want to be editing this test to input the right heading we need there. All right, so I'll click on each of the tests I want to edit. I'll click on it, double click on it. All right, then you type in the test you need. So I'm going to be using abbreviations here, so I'm going to be drawn by. This is going to stand as a drawn by. All right, everything is in caps lock. All right, so once you've done with you're done with the test you need, you click anywhere around the space. All right, now that's our done by. Next up, we did this. It's going to serve as our checked by. So CHD by, right, just like that. Then you click anywhere. That's it. That's our check by. Next up here, we want to input our dimension. Dimension using the drawing. DIM will stand for dimension, abbreviation of dimension. All right, so next up here, we'll put in our date here. All right, that's it. This is just a simple I really want to get on to doing something else today. So this, I'm just going to prepare a simple title block. You can do a better work. Okay, you can do a better work. All right, so once you're done with that, you click anywhere. So that's our day right there. So next up, I'm still going to copy this title block, so I will paste it around here to save me the stress of typing in the text all along. All right, so let's do that. So go to modify, click on copy, then you click on the text you want to copy, click on it, then you press enter on the keyboard to copy. Specify the base point of the text by clicking anywhere around the text. All right, then you adjust, use your cursor to adjust to any position you want. Once you're okay with the position, you left click on your mouse to select that position. All right, so I'll move on to the next. All right, go on to the next cell, just like that. You left click. Once you're okay, you're satisfied with the position, just like that, you continue to the next cell, like so. All right, that's it. So next up, once you're done with that, you double click on the text to edit it. Double click here. What should we call the title of this drawing? Exercise exercise 7. Exercise 7. All right, then you adjust the position. You see where my cursor is, I place it around this edge to adjust the position. Okay, we need it to be on a straight line, a straight horizontal line. So that's it. Okay, that's the title of our drawing. Then who drew this? Who did this design? Engineer. Engineer Omidi. All right, so next up, you adjust this position. I guess yes, that's it. Okay, then check by who checked this drawing? Engineer yes, engineer Zubike. Then you use place your cursor right at this edge to adjust the position, just like so. Engineer Zubike, that's it. Next up, what is the dimension we used? Dimension of our lines is millimeters. We type in mm for as a abbreviation for millimeters. Then which day was this drawing done? On the 10th of May. All right, 10th of May 2023. All right, that's it. All right, next up, we want this yes, this test to be on the same line. Okay, to be on the same line, so we are going to adjust the positions. Click on it, click on the test, then click on that, just like exactly what I did right now. So ensure it aligns with the other test. Once you satisfy with the position, you left click on your mouse. That's it. Move on to the next test. Adjust the position, just like that. Move on to this. Adjust the position. Alright, once you satisfy with it, you left click. So that's it. For some reason, I'm kind of just being very lazy today. Alright, so now we've gotten a title block. Next up, we plan to centralize our paper. This now our paper space. So all our drawing is going to be within this space. Okay, all our drawing is going to be within this space. Next up, we want to input our design now. Alright, so you go to layout, click on layout. Yes, click on layout, then go to layout viewports. On that layout viewports, you click on rectangular. Alright, click on rectangular, then you use the cursor to specify the space where you want your drawing to be. So you just left click anywhere around this within the border lines. You left click, then you drag downwards using your cursor. Alright, just like that. Exactly what I'm doing right now. Okay, just click on it like that, then you left click. Okay, so that's our drawing right there. So we still need to make some adjustment. Okay, so do exactly what I'm doing right now. Yeah, okay. So you right click at the edges of this line to make adjustments if you are not okay with the size of your drawing. So I guess this size is okay. So next up, we want to get rid of this grids. We don't need the grids here. Alright, so you go to the bottom right of your screen, click on paper. Yes, click on paper to switch back to model space. Even while we are still on the paper space, alright, you switch back to the model space. Sorry, then you come down to grid mode and click on it to turn off the grids. Next up, we don't click back on this model to switch back to paper space. Alright, so you click on it. That's it. Now next up, we don't need this view these lines here around it. Okay, we don't need this line, so we need to get rid of it. How do we do that? Go to back to home, go to layers, click on layers properties, then right click on your mouse, click on new layer. We're going to create a layer called viewports. Okay, for short viewports. Okay, for short type in viewports. So that's it. Then yes, you can close the layers dialog box. Next up, you select the line you want to. Yes, now currently this line is on the our main layer, but we want to change it to viewports. All right, so put it into viewports, just like so. Next up, we don't want to see this line, so we are going to turn off this viewports by clicking on this light bulb right beside viewports. Click on it. Now we've gotten rid of it. That's it. Now this is our drawing. This is exactly what are going to be seen on your paper once you print out this drawing. So that's it. That's it. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.